Hello friends, and thank you for joining my class. This is Serene, and today we'll be doing a 60-minute Vinyasa flow, and we'll be mixing traditional and awakening Vinyasa. So let's get started. Alright, so all you need today is a blanket and your mat. So if you want extra support, feel free to add any blocks, but I don't have any with me today. So yeah, so you can fold your blanket and put it in the middle of the mat, and we're gonna start standing today, and we're gonna put our heels onto the cover and we're gonna fold. So we're gonna start in Uttanasana today, standing forward fold. And we'll take the time to arrive in our body in our mat. You can gently bend the knees, palms out, maybe touching the ground. You can relax your neck. And we're going to be here for a couple of minutes. You're going to do a few breaths here. So really take your time to adjust your pose. It is a pretty unusual opening, but just observe how you feel without any judgment. Notice your natural breathing and probably the flow of your thoughts. So let's take a couple of breaths here. Conscious breathing, inhale all the way through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Every exhale you release. Inhale and exhale. Maybe bend forward a little bit more. One more. Inhale and long exhale. Let's stay still here in full fold before we can move from side to side. Observing your breathing. And we're going to sway the hands and arms to the left side, stretching the side body. And we come back to center. Same thing to the right side. And we come back to center. One inhale and a long exhale. Maybe now the thighs are getting closer to your belly. You can have your knees bent. You can always help folding deeper. Let go of your neck, of your head. Now the next inhale, we're gonna lift to halfway lift, hands to the shins. Flat back, we're gazing forward. And exhale, fold again, forward. Let's take one breath here. And on the next inhale, we're gonna lift up, either hands to the ground or hands to the shins. And we fold down. We're gonna grab opposite elbows now. And you can maybe sway from side to side without moving your hips. Only the upper body is moving here. You can shake your head, yes or no. Release any tension here. Most of the time we carry the world in our shoulders, and then to our neck we feel the tension. It's always nice to release here. Take the time for this. And you can release hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Flat back and exhale, we release. We're gonna slowly lift up one vertebrae at a time. The head will come last. Open the shoulders and we meet in Tadasana, mountain pose. Let's take one deep inhale and exhale out through the mouth. Now you can let go of the cover of your blanket. You can put it at your side. Could be handy later on to the practice. And we're going to ground our feet. So we're still in the middle of the mat. And we're going to ground our feet. So we can counterbalance the weight through the toes and heels. Make yourself tall here. Activate your fingers. Arms to the side. And you can gaze forward. And feeling the energy coming through your hands and your feet. Inhale all the way up. And exhale out through the mouth. And now we're going to take a couple of going down and up. I will show you the first one and then we're going to take 4 of them. So we're going to roll the shoulders forward and we're going to go down, bending the knees. Knees onto the ground. We deeply bend. So we're really sitting and reaching our arms forward. And we're going to lift the heels up and sitting onto our heels. So let's try without the hands. Of course, you always have them in case of support. If you're a bit wobbling here, you need more stability. One inhale and one exhale. And we're going to push the hips back, heels to the mat, and we're folding forward. And we're rolling one vertebra at a time, all the way up. Shoulders rolling out, opening the chest. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. And we always come back in Tadasana. Alright, so let's do 4 together. Of course, you can go at your own pace. Inhale, we roll the shoulders forward. Going down, heels onto the mat. We sit onto our heels, we push the hips back, arms forward, and we're lifting the heels up. Sitting onto our heels. One breath here. And we heels back. We're going to fall down, deeply bend the knees, palms down. And we're gonna roll up. Shoulders away. And Tadasana, mountain pose. 3 more. Inhale, rolling the shoulders forward, rolling down. Feet are really grounded onto the floor. We're pushing and sitting onto, pushing the hips back, heels up, knees forward, and heels down. And we roll up. Maybe notice after this one, if you want to do it without the help of the hands. 1 more, 2 more. Inhale, rolling the shoulders forward, bending the knees, going down, hips back, arms forward, heels up. And we take 1 long breath here. Inhale, exhale, and this time we're gonna push the knees forward onto the mat, and we're gonna rise up here. So with your toes tucked or untucked, and we cross our hands. Oops, yeah, forward, and we're gonna try to extend your back here and lean out. So it's a small back extension here, doesn't have to be a big one. And inhale and exhale. Come back to center, push the hips to the heels, and with the helps of the hands, either flowing, finding a stability, heels down, and we roll up. Tadasana. Let's take 1 more like this, and then we move on to our sun salutation. Inhale, roll the shoulders over, bend the knees, and fold down. Without the hands, we are sitting onto our hips, and then we're sitting onto our heels, heels up. Make yourself tall, long spine. Without the help of the hands, let's try and push our knees forward. Tuck the toes, up, cross arms, and we lean out. Maybe further back. 1 breath, and we come back to center. We sit onto our heels, knees up, heels down, deeply bend the knees, and we roll all the way up. And we meet in Tadasana. Now we can come to the front on the mat, and we're going to take a traditional Surya Namaskar. So this is our sun salutation. Inhale, palms to the side. We're going to lift our arms up to upward salute. Palms touching, bend the knees, and we're going to bow forward here. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Hips up. And we're going to step the right leg back and the left into our plank. Strong plank. And we bend the knees and we meet in downward facing dog. So this is our first downward dog of the day. So as we started standing today, we should feel a bit warm up. But let's feel free to pedal a little bit from side to side. So we can stretch the hamstrings. And let's find a still downward dog here at Mukha Svanasana. Engage your breath. And maybe connect with your Ujjayi breath throughout the sun salutation. That will help you build some heat and find your focus. Next inhale, we lift the heels up and we come back into our plank, moving the body forward. And we're going to come into our first vinyasa. So we can drop the knees and we're going to move down, exhaling through our chaturanga. Extending one leg at a time and finding a cobra. And we come back to downward facing dog. Next inhale, we're going to step the right leg forward and the left. Forward fold, halfway lift, inhale, hands to shins, folding again, and rising up, Urdhva Stasana, upward salute, palms touching, and heart center. Beautiful. So let's do one more of this traditional salutation here, connecting one breath per movement. And you can choose a vinyasa of your choice. Inhale, arms up, upward salute. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Inhale, step the left leg and the right, plank. Dropping the knees, your vinyasa. Lower down, chaturanga. Extending one leg at a time. And here, cobra or locust. And we come back to center here. We push the hips back into our downward facing dog. And we're gonna tiptoe the toes to the front of the mat. And we're gonna fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale down. Next inhale, we rise to Urdhva Stasana. Exhale, palms to heart center. Beautiful. So we should feel a bit warmer by now. On the next inhale, we rise the arms up. We're going to fold forward here. And we're going to step the right leg and the left into a downward facing dog. And this time, let's take the heels to the right side and let's stretch the side body. Maybe you can touch your fingers with the left hand here and feel a deeper stretch on the side, the left side. Come back to center, palms to the floor, and now the heels on the left side. And let's try the same. Stretch the side body here. And we come back to center. We reach the heels high and move the body forward into plank. And we're gonna drop the knees down. We find ourselves in tabletop onto our hands and knees. So the hands are just below the shoulders and the knees below the hips. Beautiful. And now we're going to take a couple of cat-cow. So as we inhale, we lift the chest up. Exhale, we round the back, belly in. Inhale up. And exhale down. You should find more space now in your cat-cow. Maybe you can close your eyes and go at your own pace. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Curving the back. Exhale, rounding the back. Engaging your core. Beautiful. We're tucking the toes and we find our downward facing dog. And let's take our hands now to the back of the mat. In forward fold. And we're gonna rise up in Tadasana. Beautiful. So as we are now in the back of the mat, I will just go this way to show you. So we'll doing stability sequence here. So we're gonna put the weight onto your right. Let me go to the middle. Let me put the weight onto the right leg, and we're gonna leave the left knee to the chest. You can hold it. And we're gonna come into three pose. So really, your heels can be anywhere in your on your thighs or by your knees, or even down to the mat. So yeah, any variation that you like, really. So let's take the time here to find a comfortable, stable position here. Hands to head center. Let's take one breath to set the pose. And if you want more challenge, you can always raise your arms up. Gaze up. Or you can keep your hands to the heart center. Find your drishti here, your focus point. Let's take 4 breaths together. Two more. And on your next inhale, we're gonna let the leg float. And find your stability here. If not, it's okay. And we release down. Beautiful, everyone. So we can shake your legs. Feels nice. And now we're gonna put the weight onto the left leg. All right. So knees to your chest and your heels to your inner thighs again, or your knees, or on the floor. So you can really be different from one leg to another. Let's take the time to set our pose here. Palms to heart center. Or if you want more challenge again, maybe with this leg will be slightly different. I feel more stable in this leg, for instance. This is so strange. Find your drishti. Maybe challenge your gaze up and smile. Really, that's the best focus ever. Let's enjoy this pose. And let's take 4 breaths together. Work through the instability. Sometimes it's not easy. And smile to it. It will only make things easier and more enjoyable. And last breath here. Before your next inhale, we're gonna let the leg float here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. We release. Beautiful. It's just a little exercise of stability here. Beautiful. Amazing. So we'll stay at the back of the mat, and we're going to take our Tadasana, rising the arms up to upward salute and folding down. Uttanasana, halfway lift. Inhale. And fold again, exhale. We're going to take our hands to the front of the mat, and we're going to take our awakening sun salutation warm-up. So from downward facing dog, on your flex inhale, we're going to lift the right leg up, bending the left knee to help you step the right foot to the outside of the right hand, dropping the left knee down. Inhale, arms up, open twist. Exhale down, we lift the back knee and we move on to our pyramid. Next inhale, we bend the right knee and step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. And we're gonna sit onto your hips and lift to active squat. Arms forward. Exhale. Stand up. Inhale, upward salute, arms up. Exhale. We sit onto your hips, bending the knees. Inhale, palms down, and we step the right leg back and the left. Into plank, bending the knees, and downward facing dog. Let's take one breath here, downward facing dog, before we move on to the left side. Next inhale, we lift the left leg up, bending the right knee to help you step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Dropping the right knee. Inhale, open twist. Left hand up. Exhale, we're going to fall forward and lift the back knee onto pyramid. Front knee can be bent. Inhale, and next inhale, right leg to the outside of the right hand. Inhale, active squat. Exhale, push to stand, arms to heart center. Inhale, arms up, upward salute. Exhale, we deeply bend the knee, we sit onto your hips, and we put the palms down. Left knee, left leg, and right. We push to downward facing dog for one breath. Feel free to bend your knees and really push your hips up and away. And on the next inhale, we lift the heels up. We move the body forward into plank, heels back. Strong plank. And we're going to take a Vinyasa. So you can drop the knees, lower down to Chaturanga, extend the legs back, and either Cobra or Locust. If you take Locust, arms back, we lift the knees off the floor. One breath, and we release. We push back to tabletop and downward facing dog. Beautiful, everyone. Let's keep up. And let's take our sun salutation A. Without the transition this time. And let's connect one breath per movement. Next inhale, we lift the right leg up. Exhale, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand, the left. Inhale, active squat, arms forward. Exhale, push to stand, palms to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Inhale, palms down, and we step the right leg and the left into plank. We push the knees down, and we're gonna lower down to Chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, Cobra or Locust. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Let's take one last sun, awakening sun A. And you can either step or jump this time. Inhale. And bottom of exhale, we either step or jump, feet outside of the mat. Inhale, active squat, arms forward. Exhale, push to stand. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Inhale, palms down. We bend the knees and elbow. And we're going to jump or step back to Chaturanga. And Cobra or Locust. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Let's take the knees to the side of the mat. And we're going to push the hips back, extending the arms forward, and finding a child's pose. Well deserved, everyone. Take the time to reconnect here with your breath. Finding your focus in case you lost it. Drop your forearms, maybe massaging your forehead from side to side. Usually helps calming the nervous system. Be present, be here for your body, for your mind and spirit. On your next inhale, let's meet on downward facing dog. Take your time. So we're meeting in downward facing dog, and we'll take a warrior series here. So on your next inhale, we're going to lift the right leg up and step the right feet to the inside of the hands. We're going to drop the back foot to warrior two. And we're going to extend the arms to the side. So let's take the time to set our warrior two here. So the back foot is on the diagonal. Can be a long one. You can sit deeper maybe onto your knees. But what we want here really is to find your stability here. So today it's about grounding stability. So maybe push the ground away through your toes and heels. And deeply connect. Doesn't have to be perfectly aligned. Just want you to maybe focus and investigate on the balance of your weight that you have. Arms to the side. You can gaze to your right middle finger here. Palms are either up facing or down. Whatever you choose. And let's take full breath here. Connect with your inner warrior. Engage your breath ins and out. Maybe this will help you stay into the pose. Two more breaths. And on your next inhale, we're going to plant the left hand down and we're going to move to our side plank. So we want to stack one leg on top of each other, or you can take a supported side plank with the knees down and you have the upper leg extended. So both variations are perfectly fine. So you can choose whichever you want. So this is Vinyasa, side plank. So we want to rise, the leaves high here. Arms up, reaching up. If you want to gaze up or down. And we'll stay here for full breath. Connect with your Ujjayi breath. And last breath. We're going to bend the top of the right knee here and we're going to step it to the top of the mat. Very gently. Don't worry. And we're gonna step back into our downward facing dog. One inhale and exhale. Let's take it to the right, to the left side now. Inhale, lifting the left leg up. Exhale, we step the left foot in between our hands. We drop the back foot and we're gonna rise it to Savasana. Extending the arms to the side. And let's take our time really to set our pose, finding our structure here, foundation. Shoulders are just above your hips and knees, your knee just above your ankle. If you want to measure, but again, doesn't have to be perfectly aligned. Today we're focusing about stability, finding your grounding here. So maybe think about how you can anchor your feet onto the ground. Gazing at the front middle finger. And inhaling and exhaling. Finding your breath, connecting with your inner warrior here. Two more breaths. And on the next inhale, we're going to plant the right palm down and we're going to move into a side plank. So we want to stack one leg on top of each other. Or again, you can have your supported knee here. And extend the arm up, either gazing up or down. Any variation you choose for your Vashisthasana. And we take full breath here. One last breath. And we're going to bend the left knee and try to step it to the front of the mat, to top left corner of the mat, as gently as we can. Beautiful. Palms down, and we step the left foot back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. One breath here, downward facing dog.